Oh, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not feeling it today. I don't know why I feel so tired. But I just wanted to talk to you guys about something I've been thinking about because it's something I'm dealing with personally. And back in the day, I worked out a lot. I exercised a lot, before I had a life, before I had a wife and kids and responsibilities and stuff. And even after I was married, I still spent a fair amount of time working out or running or a combination of that. I always felt it was important to stay in good physical condition for the job that I had, which was law enforcement. And you just can't you can't do a very good job sometimes when you are in a situation that requires strength or stamina or whatever, and you don't have it. And so it can become a real safety issue too, and that's why it was important to me. So doing what I used to do, I saw it as part of my job. And I haven't been doing that for quite a while now, but I still think kind of the same way in a lot of ways. I want to maintain a level of physical condition and ability, so that a number of things. I want to be able to rise to the occasion should the need ever come up where I need to defend my family, whatever that entails. If you've got minimal capabilities physically, that could be more of a challenge. Obviously, being appropriately prepared with the proper hardware and stuff can be a big part of that, but it might not always necessarily be that. Something that was super practical for just what I'm actually doing for my work. Spend a lot of time in the grinding booth. You're kind of looking down at the grinder, and you're not stooping, but you're not standing upright, but you're standing in one place for a long time. And I really noticed a couple weeks ago, I've had back problems for a long time, and the last several years it's been primarily like middle upper back. And so when you're grinding for long periods of time, I was just really feeling it in my back in one particular spot. And it's like, man, my frame is deteriorating. The muscles and stuff that should be strengthening that core and that spine, I haven't really been doing much to make sure that happens. So I've been kind of on again, off again for the last year or so, trying to get back into a program, a fitness program, just basic program, nothing fancy. So, I've been doing some running again, and push-ups, chin-ups, sit-ups, just the basic stuff. And I've noticed an improvement, a little better support for my spine and everything while I'm doing my job. So when you're not able to do your job without pain, that'll kind of wake you up a little bit. I can't retire until I'm like 95. And so I need to be able to do this for a long time physically. And I realized that was going to have to involve some kind of fitness program in the long term. So that's some good motivation. But one of the things that has always come up for me since my past experience with working out and fitness has been, I wouldn't say extreme, but on a higher level than maybe a lot of people. And so I've looked at it as that was sort of the standard, or that was my best version of me in fitness, and anything less than that is no good. Well, the problem with that is it's not realistic. And the problem with that is that if I'm looking at that as my standard, and anything below that is sort of subpar, really not worth it, then you know what's going to happen? Absolutely nothing. Because anything below that, I'm just going to discount as like no good or pathetic or just not worth it, because it's not going to be what that higher standard was. And, we can think this way with other things too. Even if we haven't personally attained a particular goal, we can look at, let's talk about knife making, for example. If I look at some of these guys that make super high-end type stuff, and I see that as the pinnacle, and I see my work as, you know, less than that, you know, that might not necessarily be helpful. If you're not using that as something to like aspire to on the journey towards getting better, then it can just sort of be the opposite, where it's like, well, I can't do that, so anything below that's just kind of not worth it. And that's not true. So with the workout, for example, you know, some time ago, several weeks ago, a month ago, I don't remember exactly, I was like, okay, this is sad. I have this in my mind. Here's what I would like to go out and do right now, fitness-wise, and I either don't have the time or I'm literally not there physically right now. So what can I do? And you're like, well, I could start to committing to 50 push-ups a day. And you're like, 50 push-ups a day? That is pathetic. Like, that's like, compared to what I used to do, that's pathetic. But guess what's more pathetic? Doing nothing, okay? And so I've had to like rethink this a little bit and like, okay, I'm not gonna be doing, at least not right now, I'm not starting back into it, I'm not gonna be doing what I used to do. But anything that I do is going to be better than what I've been doing, which is basically not much. And so that mindset has kind of helped me to get back into things and, you know, start seeing some progress, but just letting go of that mindset where I can't do the absolute best and therefore anything less than that's just not worth it, because that's not true. Everything leading up to the best you can do, whether that's some pie in the sky, you know, standard or not, everything leading up to that is good, is helpful, and is going to get you closer to that higher standard, whether it's fitness, whether it's knife making, whether it's business, whether it's relationships. You know, we all have relationships in our life that we could do better at, especially if you're married. So I don't know, I just want to share that with you guys, and hopefully it helps you. Don't let good get in the way of, no, I'm sorry, I just said that wrong. Don't let perfect get in the way of good, okay? That's what I'm trying to relearn a little bit here with some stuff in my life, and I thought maybe it would help you guys a little bit too. So thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next video.